How are you feeling coming to Austin, playing near your home? How does this event feel for you?
Yeah, of course. It's always nice to play here in America. Of course, I know on our team we don't really have any American players, but we got some North American players. Obviously, with Twist and I playing, so obviously it feels good. We just played like a week boot camp and had like a few weeks of practice in Europe after Dallas, because luckily we had the luxury of being in stage 3 that we were able to go back to Europe and play most of the tier 1 teams there. So it feels good, So far we feel pretty confident. We feel pretty good. Obviously, we're a little disappointed with our last American visit here. Obviously, playing in Dallas, where we kind of got, swept. So yeah, we just gotta, we came back, and hopefully, with the practice and work that we put in, we can, show a better face here.
Well, NA teams are struggling at the major. Almost any of them past one stage. What do you think about that? Any comment about this NA moment?
Yeah, I mean, of course, I think you had complexity. You had to play with the stand-in. Of course, that's very tough in its own already right there. So you can't blame them too much. You have Energy, who was a team. They had limited, I think, of practices in Europe. Playing against tier 1 teams and all that. And so they obviously underperformed. I'm sure we hope to have better performances maybe out of them, because obviously they fell out versus LiN Vision, a team maybe they should say they should be beating, but then again, LiN Vision's in stage 3, so. And of course, you had M80 as well, where maybe I had higher expectations, higher hopes for them. So unfortunately they fell flat. And yeah, I don't know what's up with the NA teams right here at this event, but all I know is the South American teams are doing pretty amazing. So I don't know, somewhere in the Americas we're doing good. A little bit more down south. So yeah.
Can we say that Brazilians are saving the slots for the next major?
I mean, yeah, so far, I mean, yeah, they're all playing really good. Obviously it's a shame. MIBR, had that potential. They're real close there, almost beating FaZe, and they could have been another team. But a lot of them are playing really well. Obviously with the legacy one was super surprising, seeing them just go straight 3-0 into the main stage. So huge props to the South American teams. I think they're playing amazing. It's nice to see a resurgence. After a long time.
There's much talk in social media about how and when will NA get back.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately it's really tough, because I don't know. Uh, I think, especially with our liquid that we had back a very long time ago, I think we had a very special, dedicated group of players that were really strong uniquely, and were able to obviously put us all in a box and play together. And and that was already pretty tough and hard within itself. I think with Counter Strike nowadays, it's extremely competitive. A lot of the teams already know like how to play and what to do. It's a lot of just mind games and repetition in terms of practicing and always being one step ahead of the opponents. So I don't know. That's always a tough question, to say like which players you can put together and have a good 5-man lineup in North America. It's just tough. I don't know. It's a different breed nowadays, so I don't really know how to answer the question, and I'm not sure. Maybe one day, hopefully one day, there would be another team that was just as strong as the Liquid that we once saw before.
Right. On paper, this liquid roster looks super strong. Why haven't you guys managed to find a rhythm yet?
Mm, I don't know. I think I would want to say maybe. Um, I think like a lot of teams, like they've had a lot of players and their cores have been together for a long time, and they make small 1 to 2 changes. Whereas Liquid over the years has made a lot of changes as a player that's been around and seen so many different faces and different players, IGLs and all that go in and out the door. With Liquid, it always seems like there's always some version that's starting from scratch each year, and I think when you're starting from scratch, it's pretty tough to you have to learn more about the players and like what's the best way to work together as a team and all that. Whereas if you're just changing one player out of each lineup in a lot of these other top teams, nothing much really changes. But when you have so many different players coming in and out, it's hard to build a team, and it's a longer process for sure. And but yeah, hopefully at this event we can start showing some better results.
But for example, have you seen a difference in Twist's game after stepping down as an IGL?
Yeah, I mean, I think no matter like when he was IGLing, I think he was still performing really well. And I mean, of course, right now he has all the luxury to focus on his game. Of course, he likes to have his voice be heard and be that secondary caller, I guess, for the team for Camille Shui. But yeah, no, I think overall, I mean, he's been playing good from my knowledge. The only one that's been somewhat playing kind of poor is myself. So hopefully I can step it up and bring it back for the team a little bit. But yeah, I think he's playing good. This Twist being Twist.
Well, but you're known for being calm and consistent under pressure. But do you think that this have been tested more during these last 2 years than in the past?
Yeah, I mean, of course, like I mentioned before, like I think ever since like post-COVID, pretty much 2020, 2021, there's been like a lot of changes, a lot of different players, a lot of different IGLs, a lot of different things just change and come in, and you have to start listening to a bunch of different players and all that, and how they like to play and who they are and all that. And for the past 5 years, I think I've been doing it pretty well consistently, kind of just being that player that they need me to be. And maybe it's kind of getting to a point where it's becoming a little bit fatiguing, a little bit exhausting to kind of keep up. But no matter what, I think I just need to keep my boots on the ground and just keep going and just find my way to kind of bounce back, because I mean, like I said, I've been playing with so many different players, different IGLs and all that, and I've always found my way to perform. But now it's kind of just getting to a point where I'm not sure if it's just me playing, or if it's just a mental thing to the point where it's more of exhaustion than anything. But for me, I don't know. I'm super motivated. I want to keep going, and I want to perform and do better. And hopefully, here at the major, where else to do better and perform, right? So hopefully I can bring it back.
Performing well here might mean that he can become a permanent transition.
I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, I think the goal, obviously, I think for Camille was feel out the team and see how it is, and then make his decision after the major. I haven't really heard too much about it, but I mean, of course, from what I've seen on the outside, he's been enjoying his time being around the people. I think we'll have good humor and good personalities, and he seems to match it really well. But at the end of the day, this is a business, and people want to achieve and do the best in their business. So at the end of the day, we're just gonna have to wait and see. Hopefully we can put on a good performance for him, for him, and obviously for himself and all that. So yeah.
After recently playing under Jaginder, Arcadian, Twist, what's the new thing that Yuhi is bringing to your gameplay or to the team?
I mean, I don't think it's like anything like too crazy. I just think like he has a good personality. He's a younger player, whereas a lot of the players on this team are pretty young as well, and he seems to fit in correctly. And he matches the personality and what people like from him and what to give to his teammates. So I think he's a very comfortable person to be around, and he shows a lot of characteristics. Whereas like he's not like gonna be super headstrong on like how he thinks the team should be and how he should lead. Of course, he has his vision, but he's very open to having his players share their vision and what they can do, and how he can find the best out of them. And that's what he wants for his players and his teammates as individuals. So I mean, overall, I think he's doing good. There's nothing too wild from him, but I think he's doing his job, and I think he's doing a good one.
Okay. Do you think what do you think about LiN Vision, the team you are facing tomorrow?
Yeah, LiN Vision. I don't recall if I've ever really played them really. I think in officials, but we played them in practice over the years. I mean, they're a team that came out a while ago with the players that they have. Of course, with Zachary and Amelia, and I remember when G, who now plays on Tyloo, was playing with them as well. So yeah, no, I mean, obviously they're surprising. They're in stage 3 now. So it's crazy. It's nice to see. Like I mentioned, South Americans are doing well, but at the same time, Asian teams are also performing pretty well. So of course, there's no underestimation. They're a loud team, as you can see. Amelia likes to get pretty loud, and I'm super happy for them. But when the match day comes, I'm not their friend, I'm their enemy, and I'm gonna make sure I shut them down. So yeah, they're a good team. Can't underestimate them. But yeah, no, we're not gonna let them win.
We may say that maybe the tournament format is giving you a prize, being the eighth seeded.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you never know. You could say it's a prize, but everybody here in stage 3, there's a reason that they're here. So anybody can win, as you can see. So anything can happen, no matter what. We're gonna have to play them, and then obviously we're gonna face tough teams no matter what when it happens. So if it's a gift at the start, then it's a gift at the start. If it's a gift at the end, then so be it. But at the end of the day, I think no matter what, I don't think it's a huge gift. I think no matter what, all these teams are super strong, super tough to play against, no matter where they're from, Asia, South America, Europe. So we're just gonna have to make sure that we're humble and that we're ready to play.